As I was returning back to shore due to not so great dive, we came across this octopus which I managed to spot, just sitting there calm, not a care in the world. So we decided to investigate. As you can see, he's just standing there, not really too bothered about us, with his piercing eye. So just getting close. This video has been slowed down because it was quite rough, a bit of a strong current, so I had to actually hold on to rocks. So there's me zooming in, having a look, and he's looking at me, both looking at each other. I think if he was intimidated or scared, I reckon he would have swam off or inked us as well. But he's just sitting there, seems quite calm. As I was watching him, I was fully unaware that he actually reached his arm out and gripped my GoPro handle. Very sneaky. With their arms, they can tell if they're with taste and I believe smell, and normally they use their arm out to look out for mates or tell if the person or object is friend or foe. So I think he was definitely checking us out. As you can see, he starts to move, and he's also starting to change the colour a bit. You can see those white specks. Apparently that indicates that they could be frightened. So we did try and keep our distance away, but of course the current was pushing us back and forward. So again, still eyeing each other out. There he is with his arm reaching out, or tentacle. I wasn't aware until I looked down and actually got a grip of my GoPro handle, and he sort of just let go. Really fascinating animals. Never seen one really close up. I said, he's really calm, always keeping an eye on us. A very unusual eye. Continuously, my dive buddy Nick Russell, who came on us dive with a dive Wellington. He's going to get a personal interaction with this octopus. By this stage, the octopus has actually moved along, and you can see his colour starting to change a bit again. It's turning like white spots. He's making himself large as well as like spreading out his tentacles, and you can notice the colour is changing into white. To my knowledge, that's an indication that they're either frightened. As I said, if he was, I think he would have just swam away, but he hasn't at this stage. Just sitting there calm, I think just trying to suss us out. So he's moving slowly, moving his tentacles, always moving. Never really reached out to us, but it's just always moving nice and slow. So I think he's trying to make himself big, probably to intimidate us. Oh, we weren't intimidated. There you go, I see him just make himself quite big. He's much whiter now, as you can tell in the video. Make himself really big as possible. And this is the point my dive buddy reaches out with his dive glove just to see if he could do some interaction, which he does. You can see here the octopus puts his tentacle out, sort of touches him, and then sort of retrieves it back. Probably didn't like the texture of the actual glove. And of course there's a blue cod as ever. And there's a sea cucumber not far from the octopus. So Nick, what he does this time, he takes the glove off and offers his hand, and see if he gets a different reaction to it. Again, the octopus doesn't seem too bothered, just hanging around. Again. Now he's taking off his dive glove, as I said before, see what sort of reaction we thought we can get from this octopus. Would it act in a different way? Which we were quite surprised how it acted, to be honest. As you will see shortly. So this is slowed down, this footage, so we can get proper, actually you can see what was going on. So unfortunately I didn't catch it, but the octopus immediately sort of reached out with one tentacle and then the next, and it was a totally different reaction. I think it caught us both by surprise, to be honest. You can probably hear us, well, you won't hear us, we were just giggling. We've been with this octopus by now by roughly about 10 minutes, and you can see here totally different reaction. I don't know if because of the difference, because he wasn't wearing a glove, or the octopus could tell somehow through its suckers, and we had a really good grip, and I think by this time I had about at least 3 to 4 tentacles attached to his hands, and at this point it was like a bit of a tug of war. You can see the octopus is just moving around the cucumber, under the sea cucumber underneath him, and he was holding on to the rocks, and as he's slowly going up, adding more tentacles to it. So I don't know if at this point the actual octopus actually trust Nick, because it seemed to be quite relaxed. As you can tell, he wasn't any different colours were showing. Was trying to probably work out what he's actually holding on to. So it was a good grip onto Nick's hand, wasn't letting go. As you can see, the octopus was quite stretched a bit. It was hanging on, and trying to pull away slowly, but we're still hanging on. Underneath you can see all these tentacles there, and its suckers having a good grip. And I think at this point the actual octopus lost grip and went a bit flying a bit. As did he go, he still was hanging on to his own favourite sea cucumber. So the octopus goes flying. No harm was caused to it. It just came back down, and then afterwards we just kept an eye on it for the next couple of minutes, see what it gets up to. By this time it was time to head back to dry land. Amazing experience. Never got really this close to an octopus before. Never really interacted with an octopus before. Awesome experience. Hopefully we'll encounter this octopus again on our next dive. Who knows, maybe on your next dive you go diving, you come across an octopus, see if you can get a reaction the way we got a reaction from our octopus. Okay guys, thanks for watching, hopefully to the end. If you like my content, you know what to do, subscribe, and if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Okay guys, as always, until next time, safe diving.